Doctor Who's Disney era began with a big change to the show's canon that will inevitably create more waves as time moves onward, including the possibility of two versions of the famous Time Lord sharing the same place in the numbering system. Every actor to play the Doctor has been portraying their version of the same character. However, given the shared title of The Doctor within the show's universe, it can be difficult for fans to discuss the various iterations without breaking the illusion and referring to the actor by name. For this reason, the numbering system works well. The end of the Doctor Who's 60th anniversary specials introduced the shock concept of bi-generation, which meant David Tennant's 14th Doctor wasn't banished to the realm of past regenerations. Instead, he split into two versions of the Doctor, with Ncuti Gatwa's 15th spawning as a result of the enigmatic process. While it was an exciting addition to the show's lore, it raises far more questions than it answers, and also disrupts the Doctor's numbering system. Doctor Who hasn't explained what will happen when the 14th Doctor dies. Tennant's Doctor may eventually become another 15. In Doctor Who Season 14, Episode 2, The Devil's Cord, Ncuti Gatwa's 15th Doctor confirms that he can't survive the bi-generation process for a second time. As the show's main Doctor, it's very unlikely that bi-generation impacted 15's ability to renew himself when the time should arrive. However, the fate of Tennant's 14th Doctor is much less certain. 15's confusing declaration in The Giggle of being from 14's future suggests that Tennant's new version of the Doctor won't die of old age or anything quite so pedestrian. He's still a Time Lord, so one would assume he'll regenerate traditionally. So, the fact that the show hasn't yet confirmed what will happen to 14 when he regenerates raises questions about the title he will go by afterward. There is some evidence to suggest that 14's next regeneration will lead to him becoming Tom Baker's curator from Doctor Who's 50th anniversary special, The Day of the Doctor. Like 14, the curator appears to have retired from saving the universe, so this would align nicely. Alternatively, 14 could regenerate into another version of Gatwa's Doctor, or even gain a completely new body. Either way, there would still be another 15th Doctor. The Shalka Doctor being canon suggests bi-generation created new regeneration lines. Richard E. Grant's Doctor couldn't have existed before bi-generation. Doctor Holograms in Doctor Who. During commentary for The Giggle, showrunner Russell T. Davies voiced his theory that bi-generation occurred up and down the Doctor's timeline when it took place in the 60th anniversary finale. This created a Doctor Who multiverse that created multiple new lines of regeneration. For example, when Christopher Eccleston's 9th Doctor regenerated into David Tennant's 10th at the end of Doctor Who Season 1, 9 now survived that process via bi-generation and continued his adventures. So, this explains how Richard E. Grant's Shalka Doctor is canonized in Doctor Who Season 14, Episode 6, Rogue. After only appearing in animated form, Grant's Doctor from Scream of the Shalka debuted before Eccleston stepped in to help revive the show in 2004. Before then, the Shalka Doctor was the 9th Doctor, but was scrubbed from the lore by the main show's return. With Grant's face featuring among other previous Doctors in Rogue, it would appear his version of the Time Lord has been reintegrated into the main continuity, likely as a result of the toymakers meddling with the Doctor's timeline.